Yo, hey, what's up? Coach Zach here. Whole body experience bonus episode. Setting up the gym for our last training sessions of 2020. Have some people who have, oh my gosh, my face dirty. How embarrassing for me. Have some people who have made some great strides this year. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just, there we go. All right. Well, hey, fuck it. Keep it unedited. So I have seen some people struggling today. A lot of posts in some groups are just, people reaching out, just talking about that they're tempted to drink and they know that that's not the best choice for them. I personally have been sober for over 3 years consecutively, and it's taken me a while. For example, I started to get sober back in 2013, and I've had over 6 years of sobriety in that time. And I've also learned all the ways to lapse and to relapse. And there is a difference between the two, but that's not the topic of this video. The point is that it's normal for us to want to feel good, and there are things that make us feel good instantly. The irony with drinking, for me personally and other people I know and have met, is that the feel-good sensations start to be outweighed by anxiety and depression and other not feel-good sensations. For me, I found these occurring even only after like 15 minutes, maybe 30 tops. So basically, I would start to feel real good. I'd want to maintain that feeling, and then from there, it would just incrementally start to go downhill and get worse and worse over hours. And then I would, feel like shit, and I would sleep poorly, and I would wake up and we'll go from there. So I just have a couple steps I just want to share with everybody. There's a lot more. I belong to a great community that I've used over the years called Smart Recovery. I like it because it's non-dogmatic. There's no ideology involved. It's just rational scientific tools of human behavior to help you start to make some great changes regardless of behavior. So it goes far beyond just drinking. So here are my tips real quick. So accept that temptation is normal. It doesn't say anything about you. Every time that we set out to do something differently, if we say I'm going to be sober, I'm not going to eat sugar, or I'm going to do this or that, and then we start to feel temptation, our usual interpretation until we know better is that it means that we're weak, or that we really don't want to do it, or that it's too hard, and then we end up lapsing and going back on that behavior. Temptation's part of the game. Try to write it out. You can surf the urges. There's absolutely they're going to last a little bit. They're not going to be as long as you're going to make them out to be. So when the temptation starts, just realize it's normal and you're going to get through it and everything's going to be fine. Another great technique is called to play the tape forward. When we want to do something like drink, we really think about the immediate sensation. So when I was drinking, I would think about the taste and how it feel in my mouth and how it would make me, warm and cozy and start to relax a lot. For me, the relaxation was the biggest component because I have a really hard time relaxing. Given my strong personality, I'm always, really amped up. So I just accepted the fact that beyond those initial sensations, I really started to do this technique called play the tape forward, which originated in 12-step programs. But it just means that you sit there and you think about what are you going to feel like hours later? What are you going to feel like that night? Think about all the negative outcomes when you're, nauseous the next day, hungover, maybe you've been thrown up, maybe you've had a DUI or something like that. If I play the tape forward to those things, all of a sudden this behavior is not that appealing because I'm connecting the behavior to the outcome versus the temporary escapism, okay? Focus on your why. There's some great worksheets that I have and some great questions I've done through coaching programs and through SMART and other training systems. We really have to get attuned with what's most meaningful to us because at the end of the day, I'm going to be 100% honest, even if you drink in moderation, it doesn't make anybody healthier. It's the actual molecule of alcohol is a toxin. It's a neurotoxin. There are some benefits in like the resveratrol, that's the red substance in wine. They did those studies. They said, oh, hey, look, the wine is healthy. That's not really the case. The alcohol is not healthy. The alcohol molecule destroys every cell it comes across. The benefit of any sort of drinking is going to be found in the ingredients that's made from. It's so negligible, though, it's not worth the overall load, okay? Now, at the end of the day, too, for somebody like me, my body metabolizes it in a way that leads me to want to continue. Metabolism of alcohol is a long series of steps. The last step of alcohol metabolism is actually taking place in the mitochondria of the liver cells. It would be nice to say, hey, let's take an enzyme or let's take something to help us fully metabolize the alcohol, but it's impossible. The last enzyme that you need to fully metabolize alcohol is in the mitochondria of the liver cells. There's no way to get an enzyme in there. So, hey, it's just your personal disposition. If you are the person that gets amped up and you want to keep drinking once you start drinking, that's just your biology, okay? It's no different than how other people metabolize anything else, like being a celiac, for example. The same belief systems aren't in place with being a celiac as they are with alcohol consumption. There's not as much stigmas or anything like that. At the end of the day, it's just your personal disposition. Accept it, move on. Last, I'm going to be honest with you, is that the biggest problem I see people have is they say, like, I know I need to do this, but they really don't want to. They still, what's up? I got a questionnaire. Oh, you need help with that game? Let me see. Okay, I'll do that for you in a sec. Okay, so everybody starts out, and I was the exact same way. You don't want to give up the pleasure. You don't want to give up the great sensations. You just want to avoid the negative outcomes. When it comes to things like alcohol, got to be honest, is that you're at the point, people do not have to try to moderate their intake, okay? People who are healthy drinkers, they start to feel all the sensations setting on, and they go, oh my gosh, I'm starting to get a little out of control, or starting to hit me, and they naturally slow down. There is no effort involved. The body just naturally does it, just like you will naturally slow down other behaviors on your own without having to white knuckle or force anything, okay? So if you're in that position and you just realize that, I really need to do this, honestly, reach out. You can message me. You can talk to somebody else that you don't know. You can go to smartrecovery.org. There is a lot of options, but you have to be honest with yourself, accept the previous steps that I talked about, including the temptation, and write out a plan. Hour by hour or 30 minutes by 30 minutes. Do enjoyable things. Watch a show or a movie you've been putting off. I know a lot of people under lockdowns right now, so there's not a lot of options to go out and do stuff. But enjoy the day, enjoy the night as fully as you can. Eat some delicious food. Have a great time, just minus the alcohol. And you'll start to break that association with alcohol being a necessity to have fun. All right, hope that helps. Post your questions and comments down below. If you don't want to, I totally understand. It's a very personal topic. And, it's taken me a long time to talk about it publicly because I didn't really want to mention anything about it for many years. But just being where we're at, and I know this year is really, really insane on everybody. Everybody's at super high levels of stress. And I just want to try to do my part to help somebody else out to be safe and tonight, So if you need anything else from me, feel free to send me a PM. And I'm happy to, walk you through some of the tools that I've used over the years. And just enjoy the night. Talk to you later. Make a great day. Bye.